Hello and welcome to the NFL preview show powered by Oddschecker. Tom and Ben from NFL Talk UK, and as ever we are joined by legendary coach, pundit, reporter,
aficionado,
aficionado,
and he's hit twice.
And we've got him on double screen. Jeff Reinebold, how are you doing, sir?
I'm great, guys. It is awesome, as always, to talk a little football with
and we're
my favorite guys.
Well, you flatter us, Jeff. We're talking, first of all, international series. I know it gets you excited. And it got Seattle Seahawks fans pretty excited. Not so much for the Oakland Raiders this week. They got blown away, 27-3 in London. Jeff, what did you make of the hapless Oakland Raiders?
I tell you what, the Raiders are really in trouble. I think that thing is spiraling out of control right now. I think Gruden needs to really take some time during this bye week that they're going to get and go through everything in his program. I'm talking about how you're coaching them, how you're meeting them, what you're doing with them, your walkthroughs, all of it, because it's just not working the way it is right now. David Carr Derek Carr looks like a shadow of his former self. They're not getting any production from Cooper. They hand the ball off to Marshawn Lynch, I think 5 straight times to start the game.
Yeah.
You're struggling to get first down. They're not doing anything well right now. Defensively, they're underpowered. They just don't have enough players.
Yeah, that's the thing. Every time I watched Derek Carr and the Raiders scheme up anything, it was a screen or like a quick out. There was no invention there at all. I've got a stat in 2016, Derek Carr was the second best deep ball thrower according to Pro Football Focus. Last year he was 26th, and this year he doesn't even try. So
yeah.
What's going on there, Jeff? There's no attempt to go vertical.
Obviously, it's a change of philosophy offensively, and Gruden comes from the West Coast offense school. John's history. His first pro job, he worked with Mike Holmgren in Green Bay. He's been through the San Francisco 49er family. He worked for Andy Reid, who's a West Coast guy, in Philadelphia, and then he got to be a head coach with the Raiders, and did it there, and then took it to Tampa Bay. And if you look really closely, their offensive production has not been great, really, I think, since the Raiders and the original Raider time, and he's got to, I think, take a look at, like I say, everything that they're doing, how they practice, how they meet, how they walk through, schematically what they're trying to do, where their matchup issues are, because they're not getting free, they're not getting open. As I said, you got some guys that are wanting to.
Yeah, I know you like a punt, Jeff, but this one might even be too long for you. The Raiders, are 400-1 to win their division. And they're 1-5 now, way behind the 5-1 Kansas City Chiefs. So I don't think there's much stock in that one. But on the other side, Jeff, the Seattle Seahawks, third win in 4, moved to 3-3 in the NFC West. They're still 3 games back from the unbeaten Rams, but they're starting to figure themselves out a little bit.
Yeah, they really have kind of found out who they are a little bit. I think they realize that they can run the ball. They don't have to rely necessarily on Russell. He can make plays, enough plays. Doug Baldwin, played really well in the game over in the UK. That's a real good sign for them because he is going to be critical for them down the stretch. Defensively, they're aggressive, they're young, they run to the football extremely hard. And I think Pete's got the kind of team that he wants to have. Again, Rashad Penny is still not playing at a first-round draft choice level when you compare him to some of the other first-round draft choice running backs. But I think the Seahawks are built now the way Pete wants them to be built. I think the other thing, Tommy, about the Seahawks is going to be kind of interesting to watch. Their owner, Paul Allen, just died yesterday.
Yeah.
And he would be a beloved guy in that locker room. He would certainly Pete and all the people in the front office loved him a great deal. There's talk swirling around right now about the team going up for sale. And so those kinds of things can be unsettling to a football team and to an organization. And I think this will be a real good test for Pete to maintain the focus and keep his team moving in the direction that they're going, which is a real positive thing, I think, right now in Seattle.
Yeah, the stability of Pete Carroll hopefully will kind of keep it all together, and they're in a decent position now to make a run at making the playoffs as well, aren't they? And I think the Rams are gone in the division, but there's a wild card spot there, I think.
Absolutely, and they're 16-1 to catch the Rams, which possibly isn't going to happen. But you'd fancy them, Jeff, still to be there or thereabouts when it all shakes out come the end of the season.
Well, all I'm going to say about catching the Rams, Tom, is save that couple quid that you were thinking about. Find me a pint when we get back.
I look forward to that. I will just say, go on.
I want to tell you something. Unless there's some sort of disease epidemic that goes through the Rams team, that they ain't losing that. They're really. I think them going in, they proved themselves. They proved something to themselves. I think when they went to Denver. Number one, they went in. It was snowing. It was cold. It was nasty. So it proved that they can play in the elements, because they're going to have to play in the elements at some point. Two, your quarterback throws for low, I think it's like just over 200 yards, which for Jared Goff is a bad day at the office. But yet you can score enough points because you're diversified enough. You can ride tight Europe as it did to over 200 yards rushing. So I think what that proves to the Rams, that they can win a lot of ways, and they're not reliant on, Goff having a great day every time he throws the football. That offensive line with Whitworth and Sullivan and all those guys they got up front is very, very good, and this is a good football team. If they can get some of those defensive players or secondary players back healthy at the end of the season, I think the Rams are a real team to watch.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's going to disagree with you on that one, Jeff. They're so exciting. I think they're 7-2 to win the Super Bowl and go all the way. So, they're definitely one to watch. But we've got a few other quarterbacks, Jeff, that showed their magic, if you like, in Week 6. Aaron Rodgers orchestrated 10 points in the final 3 minutes, and the Green Bay Packers beat the San Francisco 49ers 33-30. Jeff, is there anything Aaron Rodgers can't do?
Well, I don't know. It's pretty cold in Wisconsin right now, so maybe the lakes are frozen, so he might be able to walk on water. But the guy is amazing. I mean, you look at that game, and San Francisco jumps out to an early lead. It looks like they're in control of the game. They're playing well on defense. They really have a good plan. Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator from the 49ers, pressured the Packers, which I think is the way you got to attack that team. You sit back and play zone, he's just a surgeon. He'll cut you to pieces. But they got, other than Adams, they really don't have matchup problems defensively. So I think that is the movement. If you're going to beat the Packers, you're going to have to blitz them. You're going to have to play man to man. You're going to have to live with some big plays because Aaron Rodgers, given time, and that offensive line didn't give him a lot of time. Some of those throws he made were under duress, moving around in the pocket, and he's doing it on really a leg and a half, because that one leg is so heavily bandaged with that brace. The guy's a unique talent. The ball he threw to Adams at the end, where he's got pressure in his face. They have a +1 blitz. They can't protect it all. He knows where the three guys come. So he just kind of falls away at the end and throws the ball. And he puts a dime on Devontae Adams in the back of the end zone. And just, you almost feel sorry for the defensive backs, because he was in good position. It was just a better player made a better play.
He's a wizard.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because he missed the 4th and goal to Adams on a similar back shoulder fade, and then you thought maybe they won't do it. But on the drive, he threw 3 back shoulder throws in a row. Like, what's coming, and they still can't stop him. It doesn't really make sense. But I'd like to talk a little bit about CJ Beathard as well, because this game was made by the fact the 49ers stuck with him. Beathard threw for, I've got his stats here actually, but he threw well, and he made a lovely throw, 67-yard touchdown to Goodwin in the first half.
Yep.
Beathard is stepping up to the mark where I think everyone thought the 49ers would crumble. Have they still got a shot?
I think Shanahan's done a good job with him. He's given him stuff that he can do. And, it's interesting when you look at the 49ers. Here's a guy, he's good when really Buffalo gave up. He's an amazing story. The kid comes from a little town in Texas, Rowlett, Texas, and went to Texas to play both football and run track. And he's got Olympic track skills. but really struggled to learn the nuances of being a receiver in the NFL. He was just a pure speed guy. Well, like he did in Atlanta, Shanahan does a great job of taking advantage of what guys can do. And, there were a couple plays where they got locked up man to man, and Beathard knew right away, just throw it deep and let it run and catch it. So, I think it's good to see him playing as well as he's playing right now for the 49ers. Because he's a guy, like I said, that was kind of a one-trick pony, and a lot of people in the NFL said, yeah, he's just a speed guy, he's hurt all the time, he's a track guy trying to play football. But he's proven that he's really good football.
Absolutely. Now, Jeff, I want to get on your opinion on this one. The AFC showdown between the Patriots and the Chiefs. 43-40 in Foxborough. Goodness me. And two amazing performances from two great quarterbacks as well. One at the start of his career in Patrick Mahomes, and one at the end, Tom Brady. Well, we say it's the end. Who knows when the end will be for Brady. Jeff, I just marvelled at this game. 30 points in the fourth quarter. So exciting. What did you make of this?
Well, Tony, it was probably as good a regular season football game as I've seen in a long, long while. I mean, those teams went toe-to-toe and threw, body blow after body blow. And, I give Patrick Mahomes a tremendous amount of credit because the Patriots did everything, in my opinion. I think they did everything right defensively. They just couldn't match up with them. They had too much speed all over the field. They tried everything to confuse and blitz Mahomes and give him different looks in the back end. And the kid was unflappable. I mean, you got to understand now, you've started 6 games in the National Football League, 6. And you go against a guy that will walk into the Hall of Fame as soon as he's done playing at his place in front of a national TV audience. And you match. Actually, he had a better statistical game than Brady did. And you go throw for throw through the whole game. And I mean, you look at the winning percentage of rookie quarterbacks against Bill Belichick, and it's somewhere like 15%.
Yeah.
And this kid goes out and just, I mean, you talk about performance. He is the future of the National Football League right now.
Absolutely, he is. Ben, so this could be an AFC Championship matchup game. You can have the Patriots at 5-2 to win the AFC, while you get the Chiefs at 10-3. Who do you like out of those two?
I do think it will be a shootout between the two. I'm going to take the Patriots in the championship game. How about you, Jeff?
Ben, tell me why.
I just think when it comes down to a bit of winter football as well, I think the Patriots have really started getting their running game going now, and I think they'll take that into the winter. I think they'll make the playoffs easily, and then when it gets to the playoff time, they're going to run the ball well.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great point you make, because you look at Sony Michel, what he has done now. They lost Rex Burkhead, who they thought was going to be their number 1 back going into the season, and Michel gives them that big back. He's still got speed, all that elusiveness, but he's a bigger back that can pound away. You've got to be able to run the ball when you get to the winter. You get into December and January football, unless you're playing in a dome, you've got to be able to run the football. I think the Chiefs can do that enough. The question is, can the Chiefs stop anybody enough?
Yeah.
When you get into these kinds of games, because there were plays for the Chiefs to make down the stretch defensively, and they couldn't match up, first of all, with Gronkowski, and until they get their safety back, that's going to be a problem. And they're not big enough in the back end. They don't have enough physical guys. And then the Chiefs, I thought, they killed him. And man, did they do a nice job of moving him around.
Yeah. He's a superhero. He is. But Ben, you fancy the Patriots? If you want them to win the Super Bowl, they're 7-1. The Chiefs are currently at 8-1.
Who are you taking, the AFC Championship?
I mean, my heart says Chiefs, my head says Patriots. I just think
that's the way it is.
I think you're right. I think they're too strong. Jeff, we're almost out of time with you, but I do want to talk to you about the second International Series game. The Tennessee Titans at the LA Chargers, 2:30 on BBC Two this coming Sunday in the UK. The Chargers currently 4-2. I think they're sneaky good. I don't think they get enough respect.
Yeah, Philip Rivers it's really kind of a shame because his whole career, and he's played, look at the numbers, Tom. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a guy that certainly has done about as much as a quarterback can do, short of winning the Super Bowl in San Diego. And he's done it really in a lot of times with not much supporting cast around him. I mean, he had Gates obviously during his highlight, but there's never been great players around him. He competes incredibly well. He's one of those guys that raises the level of everybody around him. You talk to the players, and you talk to the NFL players that play against him, the coaches that coach against him, and you always hear the same thing. Underrated, really underappreciated, can make all the throws, incredible competitor, tough as nails. All those things, are one of the reasons why the Chargers are in games and have a chance to win games, because he just wills them into games. And it's so good to see, Melvin Gordon really starting to play at the level that we thought he would when he was drafted out of Wisconsin. I really liked him as a college player because I thought he had the physical toughness that an NFL back needs to have. He got kind of put in that system under Mike McClure where they're trying to run. They didn't take advantage of his skills, and he looked like he was lost his first year in the league. But boy, last weekend he just took over. And I think I'm really happy for the guy that his career has turned in a positive way. Chargers, they're an exciting team, fun team for me to watch. I just think that they're an underappreciated team.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. And they've managed to score over 23 or more points every game. I don't think the Titans are going to be able to handle it with maybe a superstar we could call Melvin Gordon at the moment as well. So they're 5-12 at home at Wembley Stadium. So I think they're going to be big favourites in that game.
Yeah, I like the Chargers halftime, Chargers full-time at 8-11. Jeff, and you can also get Chargers minus 7.5 points at 6-5. Are you putting your money with the Chargers?
I just think when you look at Tennessee, Tom, there's some real problems there. Their defense is playing well enough to win. I think Vrabel's kind of willed them to a couple wins, with some coaching things, doing some, uncharacteristic non-NFL, outside the box coaching things, punt fakes and all those kinds of things, have gotten them a few wins that mask some, problems that they have. Tom, they got sacked 11 times last year.
Yeah.
Now, this I don't know if I've ever heard this statistic in the National Football League, but Marcus Mariota, their quarterback, who's a great athlete and a tough kid to sack 11 times. Marcus Mariota's stat line said 10 completions, 11 sacks.
Yeah.
Wow. He had the ball for 9 possessions and punted 9 times.
Oh,
that's touching.
Contrast that with my buddy Tom Morstead, who's for the Saints, who last 2 weeks he hadn't had to shower after
he's cashing them checks, Jeff.
That's where I'm scared about the Titans. They are struggling mightily on offense, and I'm a big Mike Vrabel fan, but they've got to get it figured out because they just signed Tyler DeLong, their left tackle, to a huge contract. Yeah. They went out and got Ben Jones from Houston a couple years ago, one of the better centers in the league. They've invested in that offensive line, and right now, they've given up 20 sacks, and it's just way too many.
Yeah, I mean, Ben and I were talking off air, and I can see another Wembley blowout here. You can have a winning margin of more than 12 points for the Chargers. That's a 7-4. I just can't see anything other than an LA win, Ben.
No, I can't either. I can't really see the Titans scoring points at the moment either. They can't run the ball particularly well, and like Jeff saying, they can't throw the ball either. So what are they going to do?
Not ideal. Jeff, we're going to have to let you go.
That's what they're going to do.
That's the only thing they're left to do.
You can't run, you can't throw, you're going to punt.
It's the only thing
left.
True, yeah. It's the only thing left. Jeff, we've got to let you go. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time as always. Good luck this weekend, and we're looking forward to seeing you. I feel like we say that every time.
Countdown's on, though, isn't it?
We're inching ever closer.
Well, you know what? This weekend's a big one for us. Friday night we play Edmonton at home. We've won 5 of our last 6, and we clinch a playoff spot, beat them at home. So it's a big, big weekend here.
Bring it home. Bring it home, Jeff. Good luck, and we'll speak to you next week. Right. Well, Ben, we have upgraded to our brand new 5-in-5 studio for the second part of our preview. Now, this is where we challenge ourselves a little bit, don't we, Ben? I mean, it's challenging working with you at the best of times, but this really is one. So we've picked 5 great games. Well, we think they're great games, and we're going to go them 1 minute each. So lots of odds, lots of facts, and we'll try and get through as much as we can in a minute. Sound fair to you?
That's the plan, isn't it?
It's the plan. Usually we stick to it, and producer Tommy kind of keeps us on track whenever we go astray.
Yeah, normally Tom going over.
Very much so. So let's start with the... Are we ready? The Minnesota Vikings at the New York Jets. Ben, 6 p.m. Sky Sports action. Now, Ben, here's a stat for you. The Jets are tied second in the NFL with 10 interceptions. They've also forced 9 fumbles already, and Kirk Cousins ranks third in quarterback fumbles at the moment. Does that mean anything?
I don't know, Tom. But Vikings are the favourites this game at 3-5, and Jets outside at 7-5. I like points. I like lots of points. 48.5. Total points, that's 21-20. The Jets scored 42 and 34 points in the last 2 games. Get them over 21 and 5-6. There's a much better.
I see points as well. Like Latavius Murray had a big game. Thielens gone over 100 yards in every game this season. Only the second player in the NFL to do that. So I've actually got bigger points than you. Over 51.5 at 17-11. That's where the real money is. And Vikings to win on the spread minus 3.5 points is 21-20.
Nice. I think a little Murray touchdown, Latavius Murray touchdown as well.
I'm going Robbie Anderson. That's your touchdown scorer because there's no Quincy Enunwa, so he's the wide receiver you want to watch.
Nice.
Whoa. Goodness me.
Second game. So we've got the what time's this, Tom? 9 o'clock?
9:05.
9:05 to be precise.
Yeah.
So we've got the New Orleans Saints at the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh.
Go. So the Ravens are favourites, 3-4 at home. You can get the Saints at 5-4 away from home. What do you think about that? I know you like the Saints.
I'm always going for the Saints there. I like the entertaining. We've seen offense v defense, and so far this season, offense is winning out. Though, here's a fact for you. Drew Brees has never beaten the Ravens in 18 years, Ben.
Wow, that's
This
a very
is the
good
day.
fact.
This is the day.
That is the game. Well, how about you don't think this is the day, and you go for the Ravens to win? Winning margin, 1-13 points. You get them at 6-4. Quite like that.
Yeah, could be. I'm still going to go with the Saints, though. You haven't convinced me. Over 27 Saints points, that's a 13-8.
Yeah.
I just can't see...
It's going to be a blowout, I think. I'm going over 50... I'm going 53.5 total points for you at 6-4. Actually, you're not 54.5 points at 9-5. Points.
Wow, that is an awful lot of
43,
points.
33, 43. That's how many points the Saints have scored the last 3 weeks.
Wow.
They just score points.
And they've got so many attacking options. You've got Alvin Kamara, who's going to run the ball quite a lot. I fancy him to score another touchdown this week.
England touchdown this week?
Maybe.
Okay. Maybe. There's a maybe for you.
Oh,
For you decisive types.
Alvin Kamara's the man still. We've gone way over that minute, Ben, with your...
Oh, we're not talking anymore. We're just summing up.
We're
reviewing.
With your silly points. Right, let's go. Our next minute is on the Dallas Cowboys at the Washington Redskins. Cowboys 9-8. The Redskins slight favourites in this one at 5-6. But to me, it's not even close. The Cowboys at home are 3-0, but on the road they're 0-3. They don't win away from home, so it's got to be all about the Redskins. That's why I'm backing them. Minus 2.5 points at 21-20.
Yeah, Redskins offense, you never really know what you're going to get. People say that when they go out and get a lead, they're good. So I think they're going to go out and they're going to grab a lead, going to get them over 23.5 total points at 11-8. I know a lot of people might think it's going to be a low scoring affair, maybe not a lot of points. So if you want under 41, that's where the line is. You can get that 90-20.
Yeah, I like that, and I see this going to be another big game for running backs. I just fancy some running back touchdowns in this one.
Both sides, Peterson and Elliott?
Yeah, could be. I mean, Elliott's always a danger man, but Peterson, this game is made for him, I think. The weak offensive line, weak defense from Cowboys, I think Peterson will take advantage.
Had quite a few overtimes this week. I fancy maybe an overtime in this.
Oh.
19-2 on the overtime. Also, Cowboys halftime, Redskins full-time, 7-1.
Wow, I can't believe you got that in. We had a mad wave from our producer, and I was just like, what's happened? But you managed to...
I stay calm.
You're very good at staying calm in this
Thank
situation. I buckle under the pressure. Let's move to Sunday night football, which is Monday for us.
It is.
The Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs. Go. It's 43-19 for the Bengals to win this one, but the favourites are the Chiefs at 4-9. What do you think?
I kind of fancy the Bengals, like around 2-1 W money.
I
think if anyone can take them down, I know they've just been taken down by the Patriots, but I quite like the Bengals. Bengals are at 5.5 on the spread, you get that at evens. Still not enough for you?
I don't like the Bengals. I don't buy into them.
I do.
Everything I've seen about the Chiefs gets me excited. I see a lot of points in this one. Over 58.5 is evens, and I fancy that. I think it's a big scoring affair.
Yeah, I like that. Bengals over 25 at 3-4. I like that as well. And Chiefs, their line's 33.5 at evens. I think they'll score over that as well. If you fancy the Chiefs to win, I think maybe they could just sneak a game, 1 to 6 points on the winning margin, and get that 4-1. I quite like that. Gives you a bit more for your money.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good. I think that's a good market. I don't have much more to say on that.
No, nice filler, eh?
Well, I was gonna go. Oh, now I busted it. I was gonna go Chiefs to win -6, but then you said it was a close game, so 1 to 6.
But doesn't mean you don't think it's a close game.
Well, I think the Chiefs are going to walk this one. I don't think Andy Dalton's got it, so Chiefs to win -6 evens.
Okay.
Way over the minute there. Right, last one. Let's try and get back on track here. The Monday Night Football action, Ben. The New York Giants at the Atlanta Falcons, 1:15 a.m. on Sky Sports Action. Where do you see it going?
Well, Giants are big outsides at 2-1. The Falcons at 4-9 at home. Both, the lovely little fact here, last 3 games, Giants conceded 33.5 points, and the Falcons' last 4 games conceded 36.5 points. So those defenses are leaky at best. So points, over 59.5 points, 13-8. I like that. They're both conceding over 30 points. Should marry up to those points.
It should. Eli Manning has been absolutely terrible this season. But it's not just him. The O-line is bad. Odell Beckham Jr. is bad and he's blaming everybody. The Falcons, I see this one as a banker for them. So Falcons -6.5 points at 21-20. I fancy that.
Yeah, you get them on the winning margin, 1 to 13 points. To win by, that's at 7-5. That's pretty good for you as well.
It's pretty good. Now, Julio Jones, one of the best wide receivers in NFL, hasn't got a touchdown yet. That is absolutely crazy to me. So he rights those wrongs against the Giants at home. Definitely an anytime touchdown scorer.
Nailed it.
Woo! We got back on track just at the end, Ben. That's what we did.
That's what we do. We always get these things right. I think we cut.
Eventually. Well, there you have it. That's our 5 in 5. A load of odds chucked at you there. And make sure you check out our mini previews that go out on social media as well. Ben, we're pretty successful on them.
Yeah, there are little hand-picked ones that we really like that we give to you. We force feed you.
Yeah, that's it. It's just three odds per game, and so far we're doing pretty well. £420 in profit right now. We had a big week last week, including a Monday Night Football triple that came in, which was quite nice. So yeah, make sure you check that out on social media. We'll be back next week with more great odds. So make sure you subscribe to the Oddschecker YouTube channel, follow at Oddschecker on Twitter, and good luck this weekend.
Goodbye.